This is the Roulette Master, and one of my subscribers, Silent Tiger, says he has an unbelievable new roulette system that just wins and wins and wins again. And I can't wait to share with you how he's doing it. And today we're going to put his incredible new system up against a system that hasn't lost yet. This is the slide rule system by Todd, and we're going to showcase that again today in a head-to-head matchup. And let's see which one of these great roulette systems makes the most money in 15 minutes. I'm excited, and let's get started with that slide rule system first. We're going to start with $10 on first and second, 12. And this has a really cool progression I think you're going to absolutely love. And I can't wait to test this one again just to see if it continues to win and not lose. And if you win, all you do is rebet and spin. You can see we're up $10 after one spin. But the real key to this is the progression. When you lose, how do you recover? And that's a 27 red. And we lost that one. So what we do when we lose, we go up 1 unit from 10 to 20. But the bet's the same. It's still a $20 total bet. But now we're on third 12. So let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. That's a 27 red. And what do you know? We won. Fantastic. But we don't always win that one. And then you need to know what happens next. We're up $30 and we go back to 10 and 10. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. This is the slide rule system by Todd, and that is a 32 red. And again, we're going to go back to a $20 bet on third 12. It's the same amount total bet, but we're going up a unit because we only need 1 instead of 2, and that's an 18 red. Okay, we lost. So now we go up 2 units from 20 to 40, and we're going to have 2 of those because we're on 2 dozens. And let's get a win right here. Okay, that's a 3 red. That's a win. And after you get a win, you want to look and see if you're in new session profit. And if you're not, you just want to repeat the bet. So let's go ahead and do that. That's a 00. We're definitely not in session profit. And when you lose, you go back to the third 12. So we're going to go up 1 unit. We're going to go from 40 to 50 and spin. But now we're back on the third 12. And we got the win. That's fantastic. That's a 34 red. And if you get a win there and you're not in session profit, you would go back to the same bet on first and same unit size on first and second 12. But we're up $50. We're going to go back to 10 and 10. So let's go ahead and spin and let's see what we get here. That's a 5 red. Okay, we're up $60 now. Let's rebet and spin again. And I can't wait to see how long we can go without losing with this system. It still hasn't lost yet on the channel. And Todd says it will not lose its bankroll, so we'll see. We're going to go up 1 unit from 10 to 20, and we'll be on third 12 after that loss. So, again, same bet size, but we went from a $10 unit to a $20 unit. And that's because we only have 1 instead of 2 bets. So we go up 2 units when we lose. So we go from $20 to $40 units. And let's spin. And let's see what we get here. Okay, great. That's a win on 15 black. We check and see where we're at, and we're up 60. So we're just going to go ahead and rebet and spin again and try to get 2 wins here. See if we can establish some new session profit, and that is a 28 black. We lost. So now we go up a unit. We're going to go from a $40 unit to a $50 unit and spin. So let's go ahead and do that now. And we lost, so now we go up 2 units. So that was a $50 unit. We're going to go to 70. So we're going to be at 70 and 70. That's a 140 total bet, and let's spin. Let's see if we can get the win here, and we did not. That's a 31 black. So we're going to have to go up a unit from 70 to 80, and then spin. And let's see if we can get a win on third 12. And we did. Fantastic. So let's see where that puts us. $160 win. We're not in session profit. So what we do is we keep the unit size the same, which is 40, and which is 80, and we're going to go back to 80 and 80 on first and second 12. Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a win on 22 black. Okay, so we're up $30, not in session profit, so we just rebet and spin. Here we go. That is an 8 black. That's another win. Okay, so now we're back up, and we're up $110. We go back to 10 and 10. So we recovered, but let's go through a few more recoveries here and see how this works. That's a 30 red, and we lost, so we go up a unit from 10 to 20 and spin, and let's see what we get on this one. So the bet total amount is the same, but we're only betting on 1 dozen instead of 2, and we lost that one, so we go up 2 units from 20 to 40 and spin. This is the slide rule system by Todd. He says it still hasn't lost yet, and that's pretty incredible. That's why we're testing it out today, and that's a 30 red. We lost, so we go up a unit from 40 to 50. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. And here we go. That is a nice win on 35 black. Okay, $100 win. We're up 90. We're not in session profit, so we go to 50 and 50. So we keep the unit size the same and then spin again on first and second 12. Here we go. Okay, we got the win, 21 red. Fantastic. So that's a $50 win. We're up 140. Let's go back to 10 and 10 where we started. And here we go again. Let's keep going through this and seeing how it recovers differently each time, but still recovers. That's the most important part. We lost, so we're going to go up 1 unit from 10 to 20 because we started out with 10 and 10. Those are $10 unit sizes. We keep the total bet at 20, but our unit size goes up 1 unit. So we won that one, and we're up 160. So we go back to 10 and 10. Again, if you're not in session profit when you win that, you keep the unit size the same, but you place 2 of those bets on first and second 12 again. And that's a nice win there. We're up 170. And we haven't even really got that many wins at base level here, and we're still up $170. That's the cool thing. That's another win there on 15 black. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row before we lose again. We're up 180. And I think we're due for some wins at base level here. Let's find out. And there's another win on 19 red. Okay, we're up $190. Let's rebet and spin. And again, this is called the slide rule system by Todd. And that is a 20 black. Another win. We're currently up $200. That's fantastic. So let's keep it rolling. And once we have another loss, we'll go through this recovery process again. And it's going toward the 0, but it missed it. That's a 28 black. Either way, we lost that one. So we'll go up a unit from 10 to 20 and then spin on third 12. And let's see if we can get a high number here. We did not, so we go up 2 units now. And we'll go from 20 to 40 on each. And let's spin. If we lose this one, we'll go up 1 unit to 50. And that's a 24 black. We got the win. But we are not in session profit, so we rebet and spin, and we try to get 2 wins before we reset. So let's do that. Okay, that's an 11 black. We got the win. So now we're up $240, and we go back to 10 and 10. And here we go. This is working great so far, but we're going to test it for the whole 15 minutes to see how it recovers each and every time because we just lost again there. So we'll go up 1 unit. I like how this second bet is the same size as the first bet. However, you did go up 1 unit size because there's only 1 bet instead of 2. And that's a 2 black. We lost, so we go up 2 units from 20 to 40. Just like that, and spin. And let's see what we get on this one. That's another win on 22 black. Fantastic. So that puts us at 240 profit. Let's get 1 more of those and establish an even higher profit level before we reset. And we got the win. That's a 1 red. Okay, so we're up $280 now. And let's go ahead and spin back at base level at 10 and 10. And here we go. We almost hit the 36, but that was a nice win. 24 black. We're up $290. And let's rebet and spin. And man, I can't wait to get back to Vegas next week. I know I've only been home a week from Vegas, but I love it there and can't wait to get back. Hopefully I'll run into some of you guys there. We're up $300 and let's rebet and spin. Definitely going to be spending some time at Resorts World in Circa again. And that's a 13 black. And we're up 310. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about either one of those properties. I absolutely love both of them, and they both deliver on different levels. So we're going to go up a unit from 10 to 20 after that loss. and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Nice. That's a $40 win. We're up $330. We're going back to base level. And Circa provides the adult entertainment that's really fun on Fremont Street with a modern vibe, and the biggest pool and sport book that there is. And we're going to go from 10 to 20 and spin. And then Resorts World is that it's on the Strip, which I didn't used to hardly ever go to the Strip, but it's down on the other end where it's not quite as crazy. We're going to go up 2 units. We'll go 20 to 40. And I just love the rooms, the pool area, and the gambling is all fantastic. And the food, of course. Don't forget about the food. And that's a $40 win there. We're up $330. Let's try to get one more of those. And there's also some inexpensive food options if you go across Las Vegas Boulevard from there that are fantastic. And that's a $40 win. We're up $370. We reset to 10 and 10. And here we go. All right. That's a 3 red. And that's a $10 win. And we're up $380. Those places across the street from Resorts World are really authentic Mexican taco places. And that's a 26 black. And that is a loss there. So we're going to go up a unit from 10 to 20. But again, I love how the second bet's the same as the first. It's just we're betting on 1 instead of 2. And that's a 27 red, and that's a win. Now we're at $400. Back to 10 and 10. And let's spin. And if this one keeps winning, I'm definitely going to be using this a lot on this trip. But that's why we're testing it out. And now we're at $410. Let's rebet and spin. And you can't test strategies enough. That's what this channel is all about, is searching for the best roulette system possible each and every day and testing these out with as much reps as we can get. We're at $420, and let's rebet and spin. All right, here we go. That is a 12 red. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're at $430. And I can't wait to hit the Las Vegas Strip with my cash out shirts, because it reminds me, whenever I get up a lot, it's time to cash out and declare victory over the casino, like Sonny always says. And we're going to go up a unit here from 10 to 20 and spin. And remember, if you want to get those cash out shirts, all you have to do is hit the shop button, and they're right there. And I hope you really like them. I know I love mine. And we're going to go up, let's see, from up at 2 units from 20 to 40 and spin. And here we go. Let's see, we have a 26 black there, and I think that's another loss. So we're going to go up a unit from 40 to 50 and spin. And here we go. That's a 22 black, and that's a loss. So we're going to go up 2 units, 50 to 70. And I love going through this recovery process because it's, and testing it over and over again. Let's see what happens this time. And we just lost again. That's a 32 red. So it's going to test us this time. We're going to go from 70 to 80, 70 to 80, up 1 unit and spin. Let's see if we can get a high number here. We did not. We lost again. We're going to go up 2 more units. So we'll go from 80 to 100 on both. Now we'll be at 100 and 100 on first and second 12, and let's spin. That's a 36 red. Boy, this is the worst thing that could happen with this one, but that's why we have a $2,000 bankroll. So that was at 100 each. So now we're going to go up 1 unit from 100 to 110. Okay, now we're going to have a 110 bet on third 12. Let's see if we can get a back-to-back high number. We did not. That's another loss, 14 red. So we're going to go up 2 units from 110 to 130. And remember, this is a $2,000 bankroll system. You can also play this with a $200 bankroll in dollar units, or a $500 or $1,000 bankroll with $5 units, and that's a 0. Ouch. Well, this has been the worst stretch ever, but that's okay. Now that's why we have bankroll. We're gonna go from 130 to 140, up 1 unit, and then spin. And let's get a high number here. We did not. That's another loss. 22 black. We're going to go up 2 units. We're going to go from 140 to 160 on each. And this is why it's so important to have that bankroll just in case something like this happens. And this is why we're testing it again, because it hasn't lost yet. And now it's really testing us today. Let's see what we get. Okay, there's finally a win on 3 red. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that bet. You can see we're at minus 510. So we're going to need some wins here. And then hopefully a win on third 12 next time we lose. And we lost right there. So now we're going to have to go from 160 to 170. So let's go ahead and do that. Up 1 unit and spin. And let's see if we can get that high number right now that we've been needing. Okay, that's good. 33 black. So we keep the unit size the same. So that was at 170. So now we go back to first and second 12 at 170 each. Okay, and we're at minus 490. Let's go ahead and spin. And let's get some wins here. We should be able to eventually get some wins here on first and second 12. There's one right there. Okay, that gets us back to minus 320. Let's rebet and spin. And this is why we're testing this, to see if we get a worst case scenario like you're seeing right now, if we can recover. And boy, that sure was a worst case scenario. We're at minus 150, and it's hard to believe, but if we get a win here, we're going to be back up again after all that craziness. And we finally did. We're back up again, but we're not in session profit. So we're just going to rebet that and spin again. And then we'll see where our profits are. Or if we get a loss, we're going to have to go to third 12, and we did lose. So we're going to have to go to third 12. And let's see, that was at 170. So now we're going to go to 180 on third 12, and this would be a great hit if we could get a high number here. Let's see if we can do it, and let's see if we can get a win right here. We did not. We lost. So we're going to go up 2 more units again, and we're going to go from 180 to 200. And let's go ahead and spin. And let's see if we can stay away from the third 12 now. We did not. That's another loss. So now that was at 200. We're going to go to 210. Up 1 unit and spin. And here we go. We lost again. 22 black. Worst case scenario so far, guys. We're going to go to 230 up 2 units. So let's do that. Okay, I think we're ready for some wins now. Let's get them. Oh my goodness, 35 black. It just keeps coming at the exact wrong moment every time. So that's 230. But again, that's why we're testing this. We're going to go to 240 now, up 1 unit. And we need another high number back to back. Let's see if it'll do it for us. Nope, we lost again. Ouch. Okay, so we're going to go from 240 up 2 units to 260. And remember, this is a $2,000 bankroll. We're going past the 15 minutes because this one hasn't lost yet, and we're going to see if it does. And actually, we're at minus $1,810. That's not good. We can't place our next bet. So I guess for the first time, this one's going to lose its bankroll today. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. And if you've tested it out and have done well, let me know. And that's what this is all about, is testing these strategies. And that was the absolute worst case scenario time and time again. So I do think this is a really good system. But any system that goes completely wrong can be a problem. That's why you want to cash out when you're ahead. And remember, like Sonny always says, to cash out. If you want to check out those cash out shirts at the roulettemaster.com or hit the shop button, I think you'll really like those. Every day when I'm at the casino, I look down at that when I'm up a lot and I say, you know what, it's time to cash out, and it really helps me out. So let's get into that new system of the day from Silent Tiger. Now, I'm really excited about this one. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the incredible new roulette system from Silent Tiger. This is called Elevator Roulette. Let's place the bets and get started. Boy, I'm excited for this one. And we're going to start with some $30 bets on double streets on the edges. And then we're also going to have some $20 bets on some corners. So let's go ahead and place those. And now we're going to have some $10 bets. And we're going to have those on some split bets. Okay, one more, and that's a $150 total bet. let's go ahead and spin. I'm going to explain to you the rules of this and how it works. And we have really nice coverage. That is a 1 red, and that's a $30 win. We'll take it. We're already up $30. We're going to rebet and spin. And if you like to get a lot of wins, boy, this is a great system for you because it has super high coverage. And I'll share with you how this recovery system works. And that's not normal to lose on the second spin, but that's okay because I want to show you how this recovers. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up by what each of these started with. So the 30s go to 60, the 20s go to 40, and the 10s go to 20. Let's go ahead and spin. And we need to get 3 wins at this level. So let's go ahead and do that. That is a 19 red. There's 1 win. So let's go ahead and you can see we're at minus 60 now. Let's get our second win here. And here we go. That is an 18 red. Okay, there's our second win of $60. So we're back to where we started. Let's get our third win and get back up. And here we go. That's an 8 black. All right, fantastic. So now we're back up $60, and we're going to go back to where we started with a 150 total bet. And remember, those bets are 30, 20, and 10. 30 on the double streets, 20 on the corners, and 10 on the splits. Okay, that is a double zero. Man, bad luck there, but let's go ahead and increase those by what they started with. I know I'm hitting the double button, but you can only do that one time because we're not doubling each time. We're going up by what we started with, and that's a 10 black. Okay, there's 1 win. We need to get 3. So let's go ahead and get our second win here. And here we go. Usually you don't get this many losses, but I'm glad we're getting them so you can see how to recover. But we just lost again. So now we have to go up again the elevator. So remember, now we have to add 30. Oh, I did 40 there. Okay. 30 to the double streets, 20 to the corners. So let's do that. And then 10 to the 3 splits. Okay, now we're at 450 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. We should start getting some wins now. That's way too many losses with this high coverage. There's 1 win. Let's get win number 2 right here. And here we go. That's a 21 red. There's our second win. And we're at minus 150. We need another one here. And you'll notice we're not completely recovered, and I'll show you why. Okay, so we got our third win. What happens is when you get your third win, you just go down the elevator. So now we take off 30 off of the double streets, and then we take 20 off of the corners, and then we take 10 off of the splits. And now we need 3 wins at this level, and let's get them. Here we go. That's a 29 black. We're going up and down the elevator. There's 1 win, and you can see we're back to where we started. If we get 2 more wins here, we're going to be in really great shape, and then we'll go back to base level. That's a 14 red, but we lost, so we have to level back up again, guys. So it's okay. We're going to go up 30 on the double streets. So let's do that first, and then we go up 20 on the corners. And then we go up 10 on the splits. Okay, we're back to where we were before. Now we need 3 wins to level back down and go back down the elevator. Here we go. That is a 31 black. Okay, that's a win there. That's 1 win. Let's get our second win here. You get 3 wins, you can go back down a floor. That is an 8 black. Fantastic. And we're at minus 120. Let's get our third win here, and then we'll go down the elevator. 1 level. Okay, that's a 1 red. Fantastic. So we'll go down the elevator now, which means we take 30 off of the double streets, and then 20 off of the corners, and then 10 off of each split. Okay, we're back at $300. Now we need 3 wins to get back to base level. That is a 21 red. There's 1, and we're up 30. If we get 2 more and we get back to base level, we're going to be in really good shape here. That is a 6 black. Fantastic. That's another $60 win. So we're up 90. And if we get a win here, we should be up $150. That's a 19 red. All right, so we did, and we're up $150. So now we get to go all the way back to base level at 150 because we got our 3 wins. And now we're back to 30, 20, and 10. Again, 30 on the double streets, 20 on the corners, and 10 on the splits. And it's hard to believe we got another loss right out of the gate. So let's increase by what we started with. The first one is the only one you can hit the double button on, but after that you need to add them in individually. That is a 9 red. Okay, there's 1 win. Let's get our second win right here. And here we go. That is an 8 black. Okay, there's our second win. We're up 120. Let's get our third win and then get back to base level. Here we go. That is a 13 black. Fantastic. So now we're up $180, and we're going to go back to our 150 bet we started with because we got our 3 wins. And now let's see if we can get some wins at base level. Normally you don't get that many losses like we have today, but I'm glad that we did so that you can see the recovery process. And we're up 210, and I wouldn't be surprised if we win 6, 7, 8 in a row because we've had way too many losses with this high of coverage, and then that's going to really escalate our profits. But we lost again. That 7 keeps popping up, so that's okay. We're still doing great. Let's level up. We're going to go up 1 floor, and 30s go to 60, 20s go to 40, and the 10s go to 20, and that's a win. We need 3 of those, so we're up 120. Let's get our second win right here, and if we don't get it, we go up a level in the elevator, and that's a 1 red. That's a win. Okay, let's get our third win here. We're up 180. This will get us up to 240 profit if we get the win here. Let's do it. That's a 21 red. Fantastic. So we're up $240. So we're going to go down the elevator, down to 150 where we started, and spin. And I'm really enjoying this one so far. I hope you guys like this. If this is too much for you, you can always reduce the bet sizes. But this is a $2,500 bankroll that Silent Tiger recommends for this system. We're at $270. And now let's get some wins at base level, because I really think that, I mean, we haven't had hardly any wins at base level. It seems like we should get a lot more. And I think this is going to really escalate our profits. We're up $300. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if we win 5 or 6 in a row now after all those losses. Let's find out. That's an 8 black, and we'll take another win there, as long as it's not back-to-back 7s, right? And we're up $330 now. And this is kicking some serious butt right now, and it's recovering nicely. That is a 3 red, and that's a win. And like I said, eventually you're going to go on a streak. We're up $360 now. And since you're picking up $30 with each win, it doesn't take too long to really make a lot of profit. That is a 33 black there. We'll take it. Up $390 now. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 6 black. All right, we got it. Up $420. And let's spin. But really nice high coverage with this. So eventually you're going to go on a roll, and that is a 5 red. That should be a win. Okay, we're at $450 and just cruising right now with the Elevator Roulette by Silent Tiger. And he said you guys would love this one, and I'm starting to love this one. So that's a $30 win. We're at $480, and a really nice recovery system as well. But we're going to keep testing this out to see if it continues to go like this. That's another nice win on 1 red, but most of the time you should win. We have super high coverage. We're up $510, and we should have 30 numbers covered out of 38. And here we go. That is a 0, just as I say that. So let's level up. And here we go. We're going to go from 150 to 300. Again, not doubling, but going up what we started with on each one. And that's a 36. That should be a good win. We need 2 more of those now. But we're up $420. So remember, too, anytime you're playing, you can always cash out and declare victory over the casino, even if you haven't completely recovered the progression. For instance, we just won 2 in a row. You could cash out with $480 right now. There's nothing that says you have to complete the recovery. If you're up money that you did not bring to the casino, it's a good thing. And there's our 3 wins. So we go back to base level. We're up $540. And if you ever get, it's weird how gambling is. If you ever get this like weird feeling that something bad's about to happen and you're up a lot, just cash out and declare victory. And because a lot of times your instincts are correct. I don't know if you've ever realized that, but how many times have you been playing and we're up $570, where you're up a ton and you have this weird feeling like something bad's about to happen, but you think, oh well, there's no way I can control that, so let's just keep going, and then something bad does happen. So if you trust your instincts, if you're up a lot and you feel like maybe your luck is about to end, go ahead and just cash out and go get a free drink and walk around, or cash out and leave for the day if you want to. We're up $630. But I like to just when I get that kind of feeling, I like to just go get a free drink, walk around, and I really enjoy the casino environment. And I know not everybody's that way, but I absolutely love it. And we're up $660, and here we go. We're just cruising with this one right now, though. This has been fantastic. That is a 2 black. Okay, and we're up $690, winning $30 with each spin. And recovering nicely, and really nice high coverage system. That's a 14 red. But we lost that one, so let's level up in the elevator. And remember, when you get wins, say you lose twice, when you get your 3 wins, you don't restart, you go down a level in the elevator. And so that's really important. And let's get our second win here. We're up $600, and let's get our second win. All right, that's a 7 red, and man, that 7 has really got us today. So now we have to level up again, but the nice thing is we don't have to double. We're just going up 30 on each of the double streets, and then 20 on each of the corners, and then 10 on each of the splits, and spin. And then if we get our 3 wins, we don't start over. We go down the elevator 1 floor. So we go down by what we started with. And that's a nice win there. We're at $390. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That is a 31 black. Okay, that's our second win. We're up $480. Let's get our third win, and then we can go down a floor in the elevator. Here we go. That is a 3. That's a win. So we get to go down a floor. And we're at $570. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take 30 off of the double streets. We're going to take 20 off of the corner bets. And then we're going to take 10. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to take 20 off that one. And then 10 off of the splits. There we go. Now we're back at 300. Now we need 3 wins to reset back to base level. And here we go. Don't hit the 0. That is a 28 black. But we lost anyway. My goodness. So we have to level back up again. So we'll go up 30. And then we're going to go up 20 on the corners. Okay. And let's do that. And then 10 up on the splits. Okay. There we go. Now let's get our 3 wins. And let's see what we get here. That's a 15 black. We lost again. How about that? That's rough. Okay, so we're going to add 30 again. But the nice thing is we're not doubling. So we'll add 30, and then 20 to the corners, and then 10 to the splits. Okay, well, it's really testing us. It's good that we get to see this while we're testing it. That helps you. And don't hit the 0 there. That is a 14 red. And we lost again. You got to be kidding me. With 30 numbers, we lost 3 in a row. It can happen, guys. But it doesn't happen very often. Let's go up 30 again on the double streets, and 20 on the corner bets, and then 10 each on the splits. This is why when you get up a lot, we test them for the entire length of the testing period, which is 15 minutes. But when you're playing in the casino and you get up, you should cash out, because I think we just lost 4 in a row with 30 numbers, and now we can't place our next bet. You got to be kidding me. So this one, this is why it's so important, guys, to cash out when you're ahead, because we're right at the 15-minute point right now. We could have cashed out with $600 profit. We're going to test them for the full 15 minutes so you can see the ups and the downs. But when you play these systems in the casino, you need to remember that anytime you're up and you're up a lot, you should cash out and declare victory over the casino, just like those cash out shirts. If you want one of those, just click on the shop button, and I wear them every time I go to the casino. It reminds me that it's time to cash out and not keep playing when I'm doing really well. But I hope you really like those, and hope you're really enjoying the channel right now. I really appreciate everyone testing all these systems and sending in systems in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. The only way we're going to do it is to keep testing them like this, and I sure enjoy it. If you're enjoying it, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that really love roulette, and this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.